Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Gilda Evans, bringing you the Autism Resource Podcast. This podcast and the ARP website are your one-stop knowledge and resource base for autism and much more. I'm happy to have Wendy Forkas join me as my guest today. Wendy is the CEO of Adjoin, a nonprofit dedicated to empowering adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities and autism across California. With over 30 years in the disabilities field and 2 decades of executive leadership, she is passionate about being an advocate with a commitment to build inclusive, transformative opportunities for the community she serves. Wendy was the visionary for Path Now, a unique online app that custom matches individuals with disabilities and autism to tailored service connections. Welcome, Wendy. And thanks so much for taking the time to join me and discuss the work you do.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited to be here today.
So, to begin with, can you please provide me with an overview of PathNow.com and its mission, and also touch on what inspired the creation of this platform?
Sure. Path Now is an online platform that is designed to assist individuals, family members, professionals who are looking for services to help individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, autism, or just neurodiverse individuals and help them connect to the services in their local communities in a safe, manner in the sense that we do verify all the profiles that are put on PathNow. And the unique part about PathNow is that individuals answer a few questions that allows the platform to custom match, which means they will look through all the profiles on the platform and with the answers to those questions so that the best match service provider is literally at the top of the list, and it actually says like the percentage of match. So people can start at that top match instead of scrolling through potentially, 100 different profiles to find the one that works best for them. And what inspired me to create Path Now is several years ago, I went around and did some stakeholder type meetings throughout the state of California. And one of the things that I noticed is that in each of those meeting and kind of groups, the one thing that all of them stated is they really would like to have a statewide directory of all the services. So that was kind of the first time I was like, yeah, that would be completely amazing. And then we also had the start of self-directed or self-determination services where individuals and their families were going to be able to take the funds from the state and choose, like literally choose who they wanted to provide those services. And so for me at that time, I thought they need a place to be able to go that would be safe. That the providers that are on this platform or that they're looking to receive services from have gone through some type of just verification that they actually do provide services to people with disabilities, that they're legitimate, and so that people would have a safe place to go and look for the services that they were needing.
Now, you mentioned California several times. Is this specific to California? Do you have plans to branch out beyond California at some point? How does that work? And then also, if you could please discuss some of the specific problems your platform addresses within its particular niche.
Oh, great. Yes. So, yes, California, we decided to start with California. So, right now, Path Now is specific to California providers. We have had a lot of individuals ask if we're doing it outside of California, and that is something that we are looking to do. But we wanted to start with California, particularly because I am very familiar with the system here. And because California is an entitlement state where people with disabilities, autism, they're entitled to receive services. So we knew that we had a large group of people, which is in California right now, it's almost over 500,000 individuals who are eligible to receive services. And we probably have, 30,000 plus providers. But yes, we are looking at the opportunity to expand once we kind of get settled and really strong here in California. And in regards to some of the issues or challenges that Path Now helps address, uh, I think the first and foremost is that I have had a lot of family members or individuals who are seeking services tell me how much time it takes them Googling, literally Googling. And, they might find a service that's not even in their state or it's not even in their local area. So that was one of the things that really struck me, that people needed a place that they could go and easily, find and the services and supports in their local community. So that was definitely, I think, one of the biggest gaps or barriers that people were facing that Path Now addresses. The other is the fact that Path Now is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And so families who oftentimes have jobs and have other things going on in their life, they don't always have the opportunity or the time to reach out to the regional centers during business hours, Monday through Friday, to find and ask them who might be able to provide these supports. So it also allows them to be able to do this at any time of the day, any time of the week. And then the other part that a Path Now addresses is the fact that it is very accessible. Our platform is accessible. So if people are needing it in a different language, or they need to have the letters, larger, things like that, they can go in and view that. And that seems like, most applications or websites have that, but oftentimes a lot of littler, smaller providers don't have those features on their websites because as nonprofits, they just don't have the money or maybe the time. So that's another thing that I feel Path Now helps address, is that it is accessible and helps people be able to access the information about the different services. And then the other part that I really think Path Now addresses is organizations or service providers would rely on the regional centers or the state to give their information out to the families. And for example, if Adjoin, the organization I'm with, moved, we had an address change, we're reliant on those systems to correct it and to ensure that they're giving that new address out. So we weren't able to correct that information in real time. But in Path Now, organizations have access to their profile. They can update it in real time. They can add different services that they may provide, and it eliminates the potential information going to the individuals or families being incorrect or out of date.
That sounds really wonderful. Now, is this a subscription kind of thing? Is it free? How do people access it in terms of when they onboard onto the platform?
Yeah, so for individuals, family members, or professionals who are wanting to create an account to research and look for different types of services, it is free. That is our goal. My goal is to hopefully keep it free, so that anybody and everybody has the ability to access, create an account, and match to the services that they're needing. So for that piece, that is free. On the organizational profile side, right now, all organizations can have a free profile. They just only have basic information on those. But organizations and service providers can pay a subscription, which allows them to add more information, pictures, videos. So on the provider side, there is a subscription model, but on the user, individual, family member creating an account, it is currently free. Yes.
Okay, all right. Well, that we like free. Free is
Yes, we do.
and also we like success stories. Everybody likes to hear a success story. Can you share maybe one or two success stories, notable experiences of users who've benefited from the platform?
Absolutely. My favorite is that I had a mom who actually emailed me after going on to Path Now and creating an account. She emailed me and was just saying how much she was amazed that within 10 minutes she had already identified 5 different service providers that she felt would be good fits for her son. And she was just astonished that like in 10 to 15 minutes that she was able to do that when her experience had been either spending a few hours Googling or emailing or calling and waiting for a regional center service coordinator here in California to get back to them. And so for me, that's exactly what my intent was for Path Now, that families who are really needing that support are able to access it and find, those service providers. So she was incredibly grateful. I appreciated her, sharing that with me. And so for me, that was a huge success story. I also have new service providers who have requested to have their profile added to Path Now. And I did have one of them reach out and just say thank you because they had been able to connect with several potential individuals for their new services and in just a very short amount of time through Path Now. And that again is something that doesn't normally happen when you get new services. You're reliant on kind of, word of mouth. So for me, that again was a great success story because new services that are usually more innovative and meeting needs that aren't currently being met, that this people were able to connect and find those services fairly quickly from the start of that program.
Well, it sounds like the app is doing what it's supposed to do.
Yes.
And you've mentioned transparency and trustworthiness a
Mhm.
couple of times already. So elaborate for me a little bit. How does Path now differentiate itself from other similar platforms in the market to ensure that transparency and trustworthiness? What is the vetting process that you go through?
Yeah, so any of the profiles that are entered into Path Now are reviewed. And so we verify if they're vendored through the regional centers or vendored with the Department of Developmental Services. And so we want to make sure that if they're saying that they provide services to regional centers and to people with disabilities, that is accurate and true. If we have somebody who requests to have their profile added, we actually take their tax ID and verify that. We go on and search their name to make sure that they are not only a organization, but that they're active and that they're in good standing through a state system here. And then we also just do a Google or, just a basic search verifying that they have a website, that it's active. We reach out to the organizations to confirm that they are the ones requesting to have the profile added. And so that ensures that we've verified that they are in good standing, that they do what they say they do, that they actually do serve people with disabilities. And then the fact that we do verify their tax IDs, and that if they have a business, that it truly is a legitimate business here in California.
Okay. Now, looking ahead, what are some future plans and aspirations for the app? You mentioned potentially expanding beyond California. Um, when do you think that might happen? And also, are there any upcoming features or developments that the users can anticipate?
Yeah, we this just in the last 3 months, we did add a career section to Path Now, and that is a section where organizations looking for staff can post job postings, and people can then apply. We have that we have the careers section up and going for the organizations to be able to, put up their job openings. And we have a way for individuals to create an applicant profile and apply to those positions. We are in the process and hoping in the future that individuals or family members who have created user accounts will, through their profile, be able to also post job postings. So if they're looking for staff or for assistance, that they can then also create a job post within the career section. And then also that they could be an applicant and apply to those. So that we have the organizational piece done, but we are working on getting that to be available and accessible through the user profile as well. And then in regards to expanding outside of California, we are currently looking at other platforms that are out there that might help us provide a more community kind of interactive platform to allow individuals to connect with people through Path Now. And if we are able to move forward in that, that wouldn't be limited to California. It would be available outside of California for individuals to go in and log in and create accounts and socialize and connect and maybe have meetups in different areas near them. So that one is when we're just starting. I'm super excited about it. It probably won't happen in the next month or so, but I'm hopeful that by year end, we will have made strides and be in a position that we can offer it come the new year.
That sounds fantastic. So, then Wendy, I want to ask you at this point, is there anything that I haven't asked or any particular comment that you'd like to make? Um, Perhaps a specific takeaway that you'd like our listeners to have from our conversation?
I think what I would just share in general is that I really do want people to know that there is a platform here in California that they can easily access and connect to the needed services, because I know that for us, we're only in year 2, so we're still trying to get the word out. And also that we are continuing to look at opportunities for partnerships. I've had a few, potential partners reach out, because I am very open and we are very open to looking at how we can grow and expand this outside of California, but also ultimately, have it become like a marketplace or hub for people who are wanting to interact in some way with the, autism, neurodiverse, or intellectual and developmental disability community. And then also would really want people to know that this is a vision that I had but Adjoin is the one who is powering Path Now. And we are also a nonprofit. So we are also very open to individuals or organizations that want to support something like Path Now and continue to allow us to develop it and to keep it free for individuals and family members to use. And so people could reach out to us at path-now.com. They could also go to adjoin.org. And on both of our platforms, we have contact pages. We also have a place where people could donate. Or if you are interested in talking about a partnership, you can also contact us about potential partnership opportunities.
All right. Well, thank you, Wendy, so much for your time and for sharing your story with us today.
Thank you for having me on and letting me, share our story. And uh, I am very interested in ensuring that we make technology platforms available to our community because it is very accessible and it is a great opportunity for them to get the services, supports that they need. So I really appreciate you having me on today.
If you like what you hear, please subscribe to the podcast. You can find it on Apple iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, and other popular platforms. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. And if you would like more information on this topic or anything else we've covered on the Autism Resource Podcast, visit us online at autismresourceproject.org/podcast. If you have a topic you'd like us to cover in the future, contact us through the website or comment on any of our social media channels. And be sure to check out our growing website often, since we are continually adding useful information and resources. I want to thank our listeners for spending part of their day with us. This is the Autism Resource Podcast, and I'm Gilda Evans, reminding you to take care of yourself and that special person in your life.